Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do something a little different. We're actually going to use ChatGPT, use a little bit of AI, and ask it how to invest $10,000 into Pokemon and see what it recommends. I think that it's going to be quite interesting. But before we get into that, have you guys seen the artwork going around for the booster box of Destined Rivals? I'm not sure if this is confirmed or not. Maybe someone just made it and then a lot of other stores started running with it. It looks really cool though. You have Giovanni and Mewtwo on the front. There's an R behind Mewtwo, and then I believe Cynthia's Garchomp is at the top of it, and there's a little bit of a Ho-Oh action there as well. So I think it looks really cool. If that's actually going to be the confirmed artwork, I think it's going to be great. I'm super bullish on Destined Rivals. I think it's going to be a very good set, and that's even without seeing what comes from the Japanese set of Glory to Team Rocket. So with that said, let's get into this video. It's going to be quite interesting, and yeah, come on. So I already asked it a prompt. I said, I have $10,000, I'm going to invest this money into Pokemon. Give me your best recommendations on which products to invest into to maximize my returns. Your recommendations can either be sealed products, single cards, or slab PSA cards. The recommendations will be based on maximizing returns on my investment. You could request anywhere from 1 item to a maximum of 10 items, but again, don't recommend more items than necessary to maximize returns. Base your recommendations on current market values, March 9th, 2025, with the intention to sell these investments in 5 years, March 9th, 2030. With all that said, which Pokemon items would you recommend that I invest in? So that's the prompt I gave it, and it did spit out a few items. There were a couple errors in the grammar I used when I was phrasing the prompt, and we'll look at how I fixed that in the second one. And it actually gave me a couple different recommendations. But in this, the first thing it recommended was the Umbreon VMAX from Prismatic Evolutions, and I believe just a raw copy there, so that's quite interesting. The second one, an Umbreon Gold Star from Celebrations. Again, like it doesn't say that it's going to be a PSA recommendation there, just the raw copy. The Lugia from Neo Genesis doesn't specify first edition there, but maybe you want to do a first edition. And then 2 sealed products, the Prismatic Evolutions sealed booster box. Guys, I didn't know there was a sealed booster box for Prismatic Evolutions. Obviously, they're referring to booster bundles, and this kind of just shows you that AI at times can be a bit ridiculous when it comes to what it spits out from the internet. And then finally, Celebrations Elite Trainer Box. But I believe if you actually look at the photo in this, it's referring to the UPC. Like, did the Elite Trainer Box really have 3, 6, 10, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 packs? I'm pretty sure that's referring to the UPC. I could be wrong. Maybe the ETB did have that many packs. But either way, that's what I recommended. And just reading the allocation strategy is a bit funny. Allocate approximately $2,000 to acquire 1 high-quality graded card. So actually, it was recommending a high-quality graded card. I'm not sure how you're going to do that with $2,000, even though the raw copy is, what, $1,700 right now. The Umbreon Gold Star 25th anniversary. Invest around $1,500 into a PSA 9 or higher. Guys, I didn't actually look at how much the Umbreon Gold Star is going for in a PSA 9 or higher. On TCG Player, a near mint copy selling for like $42. So is the Gold Star really selling for $1,500? I don't think so. Maybe it's referring to like the original Gold Star. I have no clue what's going on, but that doesn't seem accurate in terms of price. The Lugia from Neo Genesis dedicate about $1,000 to obtain a PSA 8 or higher grade. If this is unlimited, maybe. Like again, I'm not a super big expert when it comes to singles and where the prices are on a lot of these. If you go to eBay, though, the first edition in a PSA 9 is $11,780 Canadian. That's the lowest listed. There might be sales for lower than that. A PSA 8, or I guess these are 2 of them. I'm not exactly sure. But either way, like down here, PSA 7 for $1,500 Canadian, which is about $1,000 USD. So maybe you can get one close to that range. I'm not exactly sure. I did think it was interesting, though, that on this list, right, for just the raw cards, you're getting 1 modern card and then 2 kind of, well, I guess Celebrations is still technically modern, but it's not what you would expect, right, in terms of maybe like an Altart or an SIR or something like that being recommended. It's just, I guess it's Umbreon, which is a very popular Pokemon, but nothing too crazy. I'm not a really big fan of Celebrations. Again, that's just my personal opinion. Lugia vintage card, very interesting there. And then, of course, we do have a couple sealed products. So the booster bundles, these just came out. You guys can see the prices tanked on these, which makes sense, right? Once they hit market, anyone can sell them on TCG Player, not just certain stores. And these have come down to around $73, $74 at this point. And then the UPC over the past year, these have actually gone up 16.8%, sitting around that $430 range. And most recent sales actually from yesterday, $460. A couple days before that, $460. So it is selling consistently in that $440 to $460 range. Now, I did also ask a couple follow-ups. For example, ignore diversification, recommend me the best products to maximize gains. Do this for both individual cards slash slabbed PSA cards and also for sealed investments. Now, when I did this, again, we got the Umbreon 25th Anniversary PSA 10 Gold Star. That one, again, rationale, released during Pokemon's 25th anniversary. This Umbreon card features the coveted Gold Star rarity, reminiscent of the EX series Umbreon's enduring popularity among collectors. Combined with the card's commemorative status, suggests strong appreciation potential. And then the second thing that shows up, which is just ridiculous, Charizard Cheeto-Zard. Guys, I don't know how it even came up with the Cheeto-Zard, which, by the way, sold for, what, $87,000? And yeah, it's just, oh, this is so stupid. In a unique turn of events, a flaming hot Cheeto resembling Charizard dubbed Cheeto-Zard sold for an astonishing $87,840 at auction on May 2nd, 2025. This quirky collectible reflects the whimsical value some collectors find in such items, which, I mean, yeah, that's not incorrect. I mean, it is kind of whimsical value, but yeah. Whereas I guess it didn't even recommend how to go about buying it. Oh yeah, it did down here. Investment allocation strategy. Given its unique nature and recent high auction price, consider allocating around $3,000 for this collectible. I don't know how you're going to get this collectible for $3,000. I mean, maybe you hire a hitman or something, a Sicario, to go, kill the person who grabbed it and snag it off them, I guess. I guess that's a way you could do it for $3,000. Hire someone to just steal it without the murder, because that's obviously bad. But I don't know how you're getting that thing for $3K. ChatGPT, maybe AI knows something that I don't know, but yeah, that was pretty funny. I figured I'd just throw that in here. On the sealed investment front, it just recommends the Prismatic Evolutions booster bundles and then Celebrations Elite Trainer box, which again, I'm not sure if it's referring to the UPC or not in this, just based on the photo. I mean, maybe the ETB did have 19 packs. You guys let me know in the comments down below. Either way, that was a bit funny. And then I also asked, what are the best sealed Pokemon investments to maximize returns by 2030? It again gives me the booster bundles. It throws out Surging Sparks booster boxes, which again, from SV Era, that is the best booster box. In my opinion, I think most people would agree with that. I'm very bullish on Surging Sparks over the next 5 years. Paldean Fate's booster packs. Again, you could probably just get booster bundles. Those are also getting reprinted, or apparently are getting reprinted soon. Again, it brings up the Celebrations, ETB or UPC, whatever it's actually referring to there. And then Obsidian Flames booster packs, which to me is very surprising. I really don't think Obsidian Flames is going to be a good investment. I think Obsidian Flames is insanely overrated. It's definitely overvalued as well right now, in terms of where I see it in 3 to 5 years. Unless there really was just a super small print run first wave out, and there's a lot less than people think there is out there. Again, it's super hard to tell, but I don't know. You look at a set like Astral Radiance, which really didn't get a huge reprint. Brilliant Stars did, Silver Tempest did, Lost Origin did. And look at how that's doing compared to a lot of other sets. Even with Silver Tempest, right, they're fairly neck and neck. And there probably is a lot more Silver Tempest out there than Astral. But I don't know. Like, I just see sets like this that are very mid to low tier. And I just don't see them being very good investments long term when there's just so many sets like them. So that was kind of the first run through. I did change a couple things in the initial message. I think I changed a couple words basically because I didn't like how I phrased it. And basically spit out the same thing. It gave me the Gold Star Umbreon there from Celebrations, the Prismatic Booster Bundles, the UPCs, Lugia, Neo Genesis First Edition. So all those are the same. And then it also said the Charizard Holo First Edition from base set, which again, if you're getting a PSA 9, I don't know how you're going to be doing that with a First Edition card for $10,000. So it really doesn't make too much sense. But to me, it is interesting that ChatGPT is giving obviously a mix of modern and sealed, or modern and vintage stuff. The sealed stuff is obviously more modern. It's not recommending any older boxes like a base set box, a jungle box, a fossil, whatever, Crystal Guardians, like any type of older sealed box. But in terms of the vintage cards, yeah, it's recommending that Lugia and then also the Charizard, whatever it is, over here from base set. So, maybe AI is onto something, right? And there's going to be potential for vintage to come back and make a play over the next 5 years. Personally, I just don't know the vintage market well enough. I really wouldn't be comfortable putting this much money into vintage cards. Also, I just, I grew up with this stuff, right? I grew up with vintage. I opened base set as a kid, first edition, everything, even up to like Neo Genesis and Discovery. And I'm pretty sure I opened all those as a kid. But to me, I just don't care about these cards too much. They really don't interest me as much as the newer stuff like, the modern cards. I really like this Umbreon from Prismatic Evolutions. In fact, I'm actually a huge fan of a lot of the cards in this set, and maybe we can just bring them up here quickly. Just take a look at it. I love talking about Prismatic Evolutions. I think it's a great set. It's going to be one of the best of the modern era. You guys can disagree, but with all the evolutions, it just makes so much sense. Sylveon 460, Espeon's up to 430, Flareon's over 4 now. Like, people are loving these cards. What else is in there? The Roaring Moon is holding around 240. Cerulege, same thing, 240-ish range. And Dragapult's up to 180. Raging Bolt, 153-ish. Palafin, 115, pushing 120 now. Goldango and Ursaluna are over 100. Again, I'm sure some of these are, people trying to manipulate the cards and pump them up. But on top of it, I just think they're really good artworks. I think a lot of people would agree that, well, Shinji Kanda artwork from Roaring Moon, like, everyone's going to hop on it because it's Shinji Kanda. But when I look at a lot of these cards, even though a lot of them are reprints, like the Cerulege, the Raging Bolt, Ursaluna, Goldango, Iron Valiant, I think a lot of these artworks are much better than the originals from their SV era sets. So that's just my opinion, guys. Again, if you want to follow ChatGPT and go off the recommendations, maybe get some Prismatic, a little bit of Celebrations, and then maybe check out some vintage cards, right? Those top-end vintage cards, the Charizards, your Lugias. I'm sure the Umbreons and stuff like that, if vintage is actually a decent play, those will do well also. So I'm going to leave it here. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Stay safe wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you in the next one.